What's going on, YouTubeites? Welcome to the Cover Price Top 10 for the week ending March 8th, where we look at the comics that sold the most in quantity with the biggest percentage of price jump. While you guys are congregating, you know, and you need to get down with a little bit of the Lords.
Jesus, MacArthur, Jay-Z. The great ones always return. And when they do, one thing's for sure. Their hair will be perfect.
We haven't seen you in a while, America. You haven't changed a bit.
I've got liquor breath, and I want to be your friend.
I got a new cologne. It's called Venom. It's pretty much 100% snake venom.
Happy Easter! No, Brick. You need to say something fun about the movie. We're all saying a little individual thought, almost like a little fun catchphrase.
Always make sure the parents are around if you hug a child.
Just say hello.
Hello.
And we'll leave it at that.
Yes, always make sure the parents are around.
I know. We'll leave it on that note. So shout out to everybody in the live chat. Sorry we're running a little late today. I have had quite a day of just running around, doing stuff, and I am exhausted. I got the crew with me, though. Before I introduce them, though, this show is sponsored by our friends over at CovrPrice.com. Go to CovrPrice.com. Sign up for a 2-week free trial if you like what you see. $6.99 a month, man, for all your collection guides. It's a bit of CLZ. It's a bit of GPA. It's a little bit of everything, man. They're doing big things. Also, our friends at KRSComics.com. Tell them use the discount code LOTLB to get 15% off any KRS Comics exclusives. They got some dope ones that have been dropping recently. Also, from our friends at the Geeky Swag Shop, go to Geeky Swag Shop at geekyswagshop.com. Use the discount code LOTLB to get 10% off anything, including Lords merch and my Warriors merch. And I said merch again. Darn it. There I am. I'm a millennial.
Besmirch the merch.
Yeah, man. So welcome to the Cover Price Top 10. We're going to go over this. Is a quite interesting list. I really don't know much about number one. I saw it. I didn't really know what was going on about it. I just recently read some stuff, who's behind it, and it's kind of interesting how this book ended up there and will it last and if they manipulated the market or not. So let's get right to it, boys and girls. This is the Cover Price Weekly Top 10 ending last week. And as always, there's always one that doesn't quite make it in the top 10. We like to call that the runner-up or the top 11 because this is the best top 11 list on all the interwebs.
When you get to 10, you got to turn it up just one more to 11.
All right, what do we got for the runner-up, boys and girls?
Runner-up is Final Crisis number 7. This is the cover B. As noted last week, The Hollywood Reporter recently posted an article about Ta-Nehisi Coates to write new Superman movie for Warner Brothers. The article notes that according to sources, the project is being set up as a Black Superman story. This news circulated to every comic book news source, especially citing Calvin Ellis as the most likely candidate. Calvin's first cameo appearance is in this issue, and it went nuts price-wise. It sold 24 copies. It had a 7-day trend, of 201%, and had a high sale of $650 for a CGC 9.8.
Yeah, so we still don't know I mean, obviously it's an early development. This is really the only one in the comics. If it's going to be this version, if it's going to be a black Clark Kent, but it doesn't matter in the comics. It doesn't, whenever if it's that character, it's somewhat related to it. They're going to go and get it anyway. But who would
There's
have
also
thunk?
been the Val Zod character from Earth 2, New 52 as well.
Surprised that book's not on.
I know, right? That's always been kind of a surprise.
Falzad?
Val Zod.
Valzad, good Lord, help me. And is there, forget it. I was thinking about the future state. That's the Black Batman, right?
Yeah, I think that's.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be a Black Superman in the future state. You never know, man.
Let's get an Icon movie.
We do.
Damn right.
Well, Crisis. It's leading toward it. With Static. So they have all the under the Milestone banner. Correct? Is that what it's called? Yeah. That would be dope. So here we go. Final Crisis. If you had that Final Crisis set, like Justin, looking good on the bingo card so far this year. Yeah. So runner up Final Crisis number 7. This is the cover B variant. That's Alex Ross, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, all these B variants are sweet. The whole set.
Can't go wrong with Alex Ross, man. All right, what do we got for number 10, boys and girls?
So before I get into number 10, I do want to give a bit of a spoiler warning here. If you haven't seen the end of WandaVision, you might want to hit mute for a second until we move on. So here's your last warning. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Let's think about that for a second. Does anybody who watches The Lords or a comic book fan not seen WandaVision yet?
I don't want to be the guy who ruins it, man.
Only fair.
There's always one. There's always one.
Right.
Yeah.
So
thanks for spoiling it, fucker.
Exactly. And I'll get more hate from the CovrPrice top 10. So number 10, we got Meet the Skrulls number 1. So if you did see the end of WandaVision, you saw that things got a little scrolly there at the end, which is not a word, by the way.
Wonka wonka.
So, the small town feel of WandaVision and the end credit scene of a Skrull revealing herself to Monica Rambeau helped bring attention to this series. And as in the series, you had the characters, the Warners, who are a Skrull family. And some people believe maybe they're already there in Westview. So this book sold 43 copies, had a 7-day trend of 121%, and had a high sale of $19.50 for a raw copy.
Interesting.
Do we just think Secret Invasion is just priced out already? I mean, it's pretty obvious to me that end scene was like, hey, Nick Fury needs you, and there's a Nick Fury's going to be in a Secret Invasion. So I mean,
It's what it seemed like to me, but you could see maybe there is a family there. Who knows? Maybe that character. I don't know. Who knows? You never know.
Maybe everybody's trying to zag when people are zigging, and all we want is zigzag so we could roll up our stuff and smoke.
But it looks, after WandaVision, it seems like some of these producers and directors and writers kind of get what's going on in the comic book world, and they like to kind of screw with us a little bit. I think they're starting to do that a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we'll see. Falcon Winter Soldier. Well, boy, there's going to be a whole new wave of spec coming for that.
Hopefully, it's just not another boner.
God, I can't wait. What, dude? Ralph Boner was the highlight of WandaVision.
That's also the name of my testes, Ralph Boner. So number 10 on the list is Meet the Skrulls. Number 1 from 2019. I have never seen this book at all whatsoever. All right, what do we got for number 9?
Well, this one's a goody one. This is X-Men number 4 from 1992. Some good old Jim Lee stuff. So this first cameo / cover appearance of Omega Red has been hot for a while, thanks to speculation that he may be appearing in Falcon and Winter Soldier. However, various YouTube comic channels have shared leaked images of Omega. So this week, with that leak, sold 46 copies, had a 7-day uptrend of 119%, and a high sale of 308 and a 9.8. And if that's true, I am going to start lighting mine up online.
I think our boy Swolverine is sitting on like 100 of these.
I think so.
Yeah. And this has popped in and out of our list for like the last few months or so. I mean, this spec has been around for a while. I mean, have you guys seen the image that they're referring to?
No. I've just seen that one picture that was like months and months ago. I haven't seen what they're talking about now, though.
Yeah. All I know is the red hand helmet, and those are the Flag Smasher and Ultimatum. And I am gonna go off on everybody who was speccing Ultimatum Ultimates when we even showed you the acronym they were talking about, and Ultimatum is actually tied to Flag Smasher, and Flag Smasher, I wonder if it's that chick, but we shall see. But we know Flag Smasher is coming in Falcon and Winter Soldier. To be honest with you, we kind of already know at least what they've said, the summary of the story, as opposed to WandaVision was just going to be this. I mean, we're getting a lot more nuggets from what's coming out. And I think I talked to Mike and he said these are going to be more like hour-long episodes, so more like 45-minute-long episodes, as opposed to, how Wanda started as 30-minute sitcoms. Well, I guess that was for a reason, right? Because they were, talking about sitcoms. But
yeah, I don't feel like it's going to be as like so many mysteries as WandaVision. You know what I mean? I think it's going to be pretty straightforward. I mean, it's like a spy action thriller. Like, I don't think you're going to see a lot of like,
Hey, so far all the action I've seen in the trailers got me pretty stoked for it. And when it was first announced, I was just kind of like, yeah, but then I was like, well, the action looks pretty dope.
It looks like it's gonna be sweet. And I wonder if they're gonna have all these tie into an upcoming movie, kind of like they do.
It's all connected.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, my theory is Black Widow ties into this. I mean, you remember Falcon Winter Soldier was supposed to release where WandaVision did.
Right.
And the way theaters are opening now, I'm thinking Black Widow could open this summer. The way everything is. I mean, we just got word that in March, in a couple of weeks, Southern California theater is going to open. New York City, whose theaters never ever opened at all during the pandemic, finally are opening to capacity. So, Justin, you'll be able to see Snyder Cut and Godzilla on the big screen.
I can't wait for Godzilla on IMAX.
Bro, Godzilla versus Kong vs. Godzilla on the small screen. That was, I was like, man, you got to see that on IMAX, dude.
I'll buy, if our theaters aren't open, I will buy a projector and a huge
Here's the
sheet.
thing, man. You know how we always talk about these weird movies and they affect comic book prices? Never Godzilla #1 though. Kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's
maybe when it comes out.
Here's my theory. Here's my theory on Godzilla versus Kong. There's a third kaiju or Mecha Godzilla that they're going to team up against. Something is making them fight each other.
Oh, for sure, they're going to team up. Hell yeah.
But what if you see Mecha Godzilla on the big screen?
It's Mecha Godzilla.
Didn't they tease that at the end of Godzilla? Rodan
was in it. Rodan was in.
At the end credit scene when he had the head of whatever. What was
the
King Ghidorah
of
so maybe it's gonna be.
Yeah,
that is the big bad. Who knows?
Yeah, I can't wait though. Can't wait for some giant kaiju action, man. So number 9 on the list is X-Men. Number 4 from 1992. This is back on the list from last year.
It is, and Ultimate Fallout 4. We were seeing a lot of this book. And last week we said 3K doesn't even seem possible. And here we are less than a week later, and a CGC 9.8 sold for $3,100.
Crazy.
I mean, it's
2011, bro.
Yeah. It sold 48 copies. It had a 7-day trend of 116%. And as noted, it had a high sale of $3,155. That's crazy.
So this isn't a mover. This is 40 copies sold. I mean, normally they don't sell that many.
50 almost. 48.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about, and maybe they heard us last week and they were like, oh yeah, 3,000, hold my beer.
right. Yeah.
Which it's got to make you wonder what's fanning this flame.
It also makes you wonder when's the time to sell this book, to be honest with you. Like if you would have asked months ago, I'd have been like, it's topped out, but it just
I don't think so.
Climbing.
It's not topped out until they announce official.
Yeah, shout out to Broski, man. 4 for 4. All right. So when it's announced, it's a high print run.
It'll go 4. It'll go 4, I bet.
Yeah, it'll even go higher once live action. I'm really looking forward to Into the Spider-Verse, the sequel, the animated sequel. They've been showing a lot recently on, is it like TNT or TBS? One of those channels that always shows like superhero films. They've been showing like Into the Spider-Verse, and I keep on watching over. It has such rewatchability, that movie, man. The animation is just so on point, man. So Ultimate Fallout, number 4 from 2011, coming in at number 8. Yeah, 4s and 8s throwing me out. All right, what do we got for number 7?
So number 7, we got another recent book. We got Champions number 1 from 2016. So not only is this series gaining popularity, it's holding hands with Young Avengers as a possible important series for the MCU. We see Sam Alexander and Kamala Khan are the only 2 confirmed for the MCU currently, but the rest are not distant possibilities. Due to this, it sold 49 copies and at a 7-day trend of 157%, and had a high sale of $155.50 for a CGC 9.8.
I am so glad that I got these because it was kind of you know what? For what it wasn't that bad of a storyline, man. I mean, Kamala Khan plays a pretty prominent role in this, and, you know, it's just...
It's time-displaced Cyclops, right?
Yeah. You remember at one point what was an X-Men series where the past versions met up with the future versions and they went back in time, and I was just like, man, X-Men's just killing me with all this continuity. You're driving me crazy. And then Hickman with his symbols that he drew all throughout. Look at Josh Grab and Gomez 5 for 5. Look at that. Nice. All right.
Prove
so
it.
number 7 number 7 on the list is Champions #1 from 2016. What do we got for number 6?
I don't think anybody's got this one. Scarlet Witch #2 from 1994. I was at my LCS digging for this in a dollar bin and couldn't find it. So this issue features the first appearance of Lore, a Nexus being that jumps from one dimension to another, who needs to feed on other Nexus guardians. As fate would have it, Wanda, as the Scarlet Witch, is that dimension's Nexus guardian. Many are anticipating seeing Lore appear sometime in the future of the MCU projects with Wanda / Scarlet Witches involved. We shall see. It did sell 13 copies last week. It did have a 7-day uptrend of 661%. It went for raw $65.
That's you know, it's a bit of a reach.
Super reach.
Because after, you know, obviously, spoiler alert, you see WandaVision, you kind of saw what they did. They were just throwing Easter eggs out there just to say, hey, these are nice little homages, and the whole Nexus thing, you know, and it didn't really play out. You know what I'm saying? There wasn't a really payoff for that. The payoff was Wanda is the Scarlet Witch, and Agatha Harkness wants her power.
I think the biggest payoff was the end credit scene.
Yeah, and what it's leading to, and the Darkhold and everything, but they didn't really. They showed that one Nexus commercial, but like we didn't really talk about it on this show, but you know, a lot of people were disappointed, and I kind of said it before. You have nobody to disappoint but yourself because you kind of built it up to something more than it wasn't. Right? It was. I always compare it to the Game of Thrones. There were so many damn theories on Game of Thrones, and arguably Game of Thrones didn't nail the landing on the series finale, but with episodic weekly storytelling, especially now with the way the internet is, the interwebs, it just leads to more and more. And this one is a rather interesting one. I mean, here's what we do know: that end credit scene is leading into Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness, and I was also told that she may also take part in Spider-Man 3. It's almost like, you know, her thing on how they're introducing the multiverse and how she kind of opened the tear to allow the other Spider-Mans to show up as well. But I mean, it's leading into that, and you know, and if you think Wiccan and Speed are gone, I think, you know, in the comics there's some ties to where they could be and who's holding them, because if you reverse engineer on how they were created from the shards of Mephisto's soul. So, and what if on the show it's somehow reversed or some craziness like that? But either way, Agatha Harkness told her, you don't know what you just did, and you cannot deal with the Darkhold. You need help. Doctor Strange is going to come in and, let me help you with this Book of the Club month thing. And, let me help you control your powers. And she just may go full on Dark Scarlet Witch and like, nope. But I don't think she's going to be the big baddie. I mean, she's going to be up against the big baddie, I think. I don't know who that big baddie is. Mephisto, Nightmare, who knows? But Into the Multiverse of Madness is looking to be a really big film with a lot of implications. So can't wait. And they already been filming it. We don't even know we haven't even seen a damn set photo yet from, unlike like Hawkeye, man. Ali Seinfeld has been all over the place shooting arrows. Yeah, man. I was like, damn, I haven't seen one photo from the Doctor Strange set yet. So, well, they're filming it in London right now too. So I don't know. Maybe they're doing something. Maybe it's magic. Anyway, number 6 on the list is Scarlet Witch #2 from 1994. Good Lord. Congratulations if you got that one. What do we got for number 5?
Here we go. Action Comics number 9. As noted earlier, speculation of WB developing Superman 2 as a Black Superman story caused all Calvin Ellis related books to sell. This particular issue has his first full appearance and origin. It sold 57 copies. It had a 7-day trend of 159% and a high sale of $145 for a raw copy. It's pretty big for a raw.
That's what she said.
That's
Sorry, I
crazy.
had to say that. I gotta find that as a damn little clip. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised more people haven't used that clip. But there you go. Action Comics number 9 are coming in at number 5. These numbers are gonna just mess me up big time. I'm gonna be like, coming in at number 9 is Action Comics number 5. And anyway, so there you go. So we're halfway there, boys and girls. So let's go to number 4. Look at that, another DC book.
Yeah, number 4 is another super modern book. In fact, it was just a week old. We got Batman number 106 from last week. So here we go again. We got the Batman run back. We're done with Future State. And this issue features the first cameo appearance of Miracle Molly. She instantly draws comparisons to Punchline. However, can she live up to the same height that Punchline did? Fans are banking on it. It sold 90 copies, had a 7-day trend of 154%, and had a high sale of $23.89 for a raw copy.
I do believe the first appearance of Miracle Molly was at Coachella last year.
That was a great strain.
The jokes will abound when people talk about, yo, you got some of that, what is it called? Miracle Molly? It just goes to show you, man, any like new especially Batman and Spider-Man characters, villains or whatever, those are like, people that's like automatic spec. You know what I'm saying? First new character in Captain Marvel or Nova or something like that doesn't get as much play, but when you get a new character or villain in Batman or Spider-Man, because they arguably have the best rogues gallery for the two publishers, they have a tendency to move. So Batman number 106 coming in number 4. And when you thought this book was going to be gone, you puny humans.
Well, this one is different because it had a full week of sales, unlike only about 2 days of sales from the week prior. So West Coast Avengers number 45 from Marvel 1989. Of course, if you didn't see the past 2 episodes, Vision turned white and he fought the other Vision, which came out of the Mind Stone. And then, again, spoiler, he just flew away after Wanda's Vision turned on his memories.
What was the name of the ship?
Theseus.
Have you heard the story of the ship of the Theseus?
Oh,
that's a real thing, by the way.
Theseus,
Oh yeah,
the character's Theseus.
No, it's it's definitely a philosophical question. But
So
I mean, lame.
We don't really know where he went, and we all hoping that he comes back because all those people that spent $1,500 for a CGC 9.8 better be happy.
Yo, they were glad to see him fly off. You know what I mean? So, that's what
man.
What I kept on thinking is, man, Marvel would miss a great opportunity if they didn't do the Vision series by Tom King with the White Vision, right? Because it shows his android family, not how on this is more like him and Wanda, whereas on the Tom King series it's more like him and Viv and Viz and Virginia.
Yeah, right. Great way to bring in a character from Champions, also.
Exactly, man. Because those characters already in Champions. Who knows? Maybe it goes off because. I think you saw a little yellow go into his skull when Vision touched him, right? And maybe put a little bit of the
touching.
He did touch him. Yeah,
he put a little bit of the Mind Stone in him, but he has Vision's full-on memories. But I think it's one of those classic tales that you always see, like the monster of Frankenstein going out in the world trying to figure out where his place is in the world. I think they could do, obviously, the most. And it's already been talked about and spec'd, and the book is already outrageous. Avengers number 9 is, first appearance of Wonder Man. And, because I think at one point it was Wonder Man's memories or something that was part of Vision. So I think people are thinking maybe you could put in Wonder Man on there. But I would say, man, Wonder Man, one of the worst costumes in comics ever. Every costume Wonder Man has ever had has been pretty whack, man. So... Number 3 on the list, still on there, Avengers West Coast, number 45, 7-day trend of 90%, and that's what was already a high price. But look at this, back on the list again.
Just like herpes, Spawn number 1. As we know, Spawn creator Tom McFarlane announced 4 new Spawn ongoing series focused on Gunslinger Spawn, Medieval Spawn, Redeemer Spawn, and She-Spawn. This news gave this fan favorite number 1 a significant boost in sales and price. And man, did it have a big sale this week. It sold 51 copies. It had a 7-day trend of 445% and had a high sale of $7,995 for a CGC 9.9. It's a 9.9 though. But yeah, big sale.
It's such a high print run book. I wonder how many 9.9s are actually in the census.
It's be interesting.
Because there's tons of 9.8s to be in there, honestly. But
if anybody's got CLZ or
CovrPrice,
not CovrPrice. Where would it show?
CGC census.
Yeah, there you go. Look it up.
Yeah,
let us know.
Yeah, Gomez flexing 9 of 10. Just need the newsstand on that Spawn.
Man, Gomez, winner of the
Oh,
night.
you know, I'm surprised. The black and white Spawn #1 to me is the one to get. You know what I mean? Much lower. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not obviously the true first Spawn, but it is a Spawn #1 reprint with the black and white cover. For a while, I thought that was the most expensive one until James showed me, Spawn 185 selling for $5K. I can't believe that, man. That variant 1 in 25 variant for $5K. I hate you, James. Just kidding. Love you, man. What's shaking, folks? Anyway, let's get to the last one, which is a really interesting book. And I would have never thunk it. Or maybe I shouldn't even be surprised anymore. What do we got for #1?
Man, this thing is all over the charts as far as sales. So ENIAC #1 from Bad Idea, which just came out last week. So Bad Idea's publishing experiment definitely has the eyes and ears to the comic community, has been met both with favorable and negative opinions. However, their limited distribution and rigid retailer rules have been producing immediate high selling prices of this, moving this title. It hit the market swinging and took the top spot this week. Sold 184 copies, had a 7-day uptrend of 127%, and a high sale of $215 for a raw copy. Stop paying for that. Jeez. Oh.
So for those who don't know,
why would you pay? Why would you pay for a book?
Yeah, I'm one of those who
Brand
don't
new.
know. Please explain.
You're
so
ruining the hobby.
The guy behind this is the ex Valiant guy, Dinesh, who's been peddling that one whack comic that some channels have been promoting. But Dinesh is pretty much the brains behind this. And I found an interesting, cool interview from bleedingcool.com, and it says bad ideas tell comic shops they ordered too many and counterfeits. So basically, they sent out a letter. We love you, but you over-ordered ENIAC, I guess, #1. Bad idea destination. Dear bad idea destination stores. This is a bit weird, and we totally get that we're supposed to be short-sighted publishing execs who are obsessed with announcing big orders. But in what must be a first in comics history, we are asking you to reduce your order of ENIAC #1. We are so incredibly proud of ENIAC. We couldn't be more honored that you have all put so much faith in it and ordered. But your orders, but as a small new man, whoever wrote this also is I don't know who the fuck wrote this, but they have horrible grammar and just weird places where commas should go. But your orders, but as a small new publisher, our readership is just beginning to form, which means it's relatively small. Our partnership with you is just beginning, and the last thing we want is any of the incredible stores that have taken a chance with us to be left with copies they can't sell. We intend to aggressively grow our readership over the next couple of years, next years and decades, but we're cognizant that the path is a slow and steady one. More than that, you didn't just order a lot of our launch book, you ordered a lot. They put that in, caps. Apparently that means more, especially considering bad idea rule #6. So bad idea is the name of the company. Rule #6, I guess, from the publishing company is your order on the first comic of an arc is your minimum order for each subsequent issue of that arc. What? Which was supposed to discourage orders, not blow past our most aggressive high-end projections. We're working with our printer on several solutions, but there is a very real chance we will not have enough copies for all the orders. So before we're forced to do a allocation, we're asking that any of you would like to reduce your orders to take the opportunity to do something truly unique in publishing history. Please, with our blessing, lower your order. Simply reply to this email with your previous order and tell us what you would like to be. Automatically. What do you think that does? Here, I'm going to put this in here just so you guys know that I can read and that I'm reading it verbatim. It's just a horrible written letter. And I'll put a full screen. So ENIAC #1 coming in at #1, and that I guess you kind of create your own when you say stuff like that. If you tell people you over-ordered, doesn't it automatically make people go out and buy them thinking that they're under-ordered? Yeah. Or I have no idea what they're trying to accomplish. But Dinesh knows the game, right? He's been around comics for a long time. He knows the spec game. He knows how hot books get. Dinesh is also part owner of Key Collector, if you didn't know that. And if you think I'm lying, go ask him. But Dinesh is part of the money that is behind the Key Collector app. So, I mean, we put all those together, just putting the facts out there as I know them, that, and this is, I got this from good source, that he is perhaps not the full owner, but he has a lot of the money backing the Key Collector app. And then it's just weird little things like that. I just read the article on Bleeding Cool and just to see what they're doing. I understand. But in this era, especially with like the GameStop stuff and everything else, I guess I don't believe the hype sometimes, especially on something like this, like ENIAC #1, is over ordered. There's counterfeits out there. It's just crazy. It's 2020, but the more you read, the less changes names.
Have you seen the newest thing that are selling? GIFs?
No.
That you can own ownership in a GIF.
Well, I know that NBA Top thing where you can be
like a digital play that they were doing.
It's getting crazy. Yeah. It's
like
getting
you can
crazy.
own, let's say, the original keyboard cat, and you have a token for that. And then you could sell that to somebody, but you could say, I am the original owner of this now.
Oh my God.
Well, then Dorsey he was selling off his first tweet for like $2 million. So there's some weird collecting going on, man. What's next? If you think about it, maybe people are like, how they doing those basketball things where it's like a highlight of something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe people are going to start doing that with movies and superhero clips, maybe.
Yeah.
Like, Avengers Assemble. Or, you think the opposite way, the Martha moment could be worth millions of dollars. They were like, yo, I got the Martha moment on whatever digital thing. NTF, that's right. I forgot. NTF is the acronym for it. I don't know.
Not first printing? Not
No.
Non-fungible tokens.
Yes, non-fungible token. Is this a fungible?
Fungible.
Fungable.
IBLE.
Yeah, I thought it was non-fundable or something like that. So that is even weirder, man. But hey, if one Bitcoin can be worth $47,000, and Ryan, you're getting closer to living in a virtual reality. So just stay in that little headset you got there, because I think you may be the one living in the real world when you put on your headset, and we're all tripping out here. So, Speaking of tripping, Ryan, any last words?
Nothing. Thank you for joining us on a Tuesday. I almost said Thursday, on a Tuesday night.
All right, Justin, any last words?
Everyone's getting their Star Wars mystery boxes. Comic Man Andy, he's doing a live unboxing at 10 o'clock tonight. He's got 2 boxes. So go check him out in about 20 minutes on his channel.
Can I buy the one that got you need to refund?
Oh my God.
No. I'm buying that one.
I was saying, I'll buy it. If you didn't like it, I'll buy it. Shit.
Don't release the juicy info. That's coming up on a future episode.
Speaking of juicy info, Manimal, what's going on? What's any last words, Mr. KC?
Yeah, so this Thursday, Justin and I, and Justin jump in as well and help me clarify this, we'll be going live for our 10th episode of the Comic-Con podcast. We'll be doing it on our YouTube channel, though. We'll be going the hour right before our friends, Lords of the Long Box, start doing the movers and shakers. So we'll also be doing a giveaway. If you haven't checked it out on our Instagram, you can go to the Comic-Con podcast on Instagram and follow the rules. And a chance to win 2 Slabberinos. And what else, Justin? What am I missing?
No, that's it. It's going to be fun. So if you guys go to our Instagram, you'll see the 2 slabs we're giving away. You can enter there. We'll be doing the live drawing on Thursday night from 8 o'clock. Basically, we're going to be, instead of recording and dropping it on our podcast channels, we're going to be doing it live. And then we're going to drop
video
audio part.
like this.
Yeah, we're going to do this live.
Yeah.
And then we're going to do the audio port. We'll rip the audio portion and drop it normally on the podcast. But if you guys want to hang out like this, ask us questions. And,
why don't you do that with every episode? Because you can put every episode on audio podcasts.
Well, yeah, just because we're kind of not fully into the YouTube thing.
They have they have the faces for radio.
Yeah.
I like being in like sweatpants in this. And
speaking of which, you got to change the name so you can say, "Hey Alexa, play Lords of the Long Box podcast."
I don't trust robots, so
I know. Whoever named their daughter Siri or Alexa Or hey Google. Yeah. But hey Alexa, play Lords of the Long Box podcast. I hope that really opens up for people. But hey, thank you guys all for joining us. We're going to do the Lord 6,000 subs giveaway eventually. This week, Wednesday or Friday, Saturday, Sunday, whenever. I'm super busy, super tired. But for sure, we'll be back on Thursday for the Shaker Show, maybe the giveaway show, because we have to end up eventually doing that because we're sitting on some good stuff to give you fine folks. So till next time, boys and girls, keep digging in them long boxes and peace out. Should I play some music? Play some music.
Now let's do this. Rewind, select and come again. Pull up that from the top to the very last. Jump.
Who are you to make their lives bitter in hard bondage? In this you shall know that the Lord is update. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, do it. We're here. We're back. Word up. Here's to my job. You can't get fresher than this.
In the great hall of the Justice League, there are assembled the world's 5 greatest heroes. Their mission, to fight injustice, to right that which is wrong, and to serve all mankind.
When it comes, I won't even notice. Oh, how so? I'll be too busy looking good. You can't understand.